Hi, I'm Kathleen Washington, and welcome to We Are Creative Minds.
What you believe is what you see. Turn the
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this live recording of the We Are Creative Minds podcasting. Today, we have a great topic for you. We're going to talk about a sensitive yet important topic about millions of women who experience perimenopause annually. At We Are Creative Minds, we love to listen and learn in conversation, especially when it is educating, empowering, and encouraging. And with that, I'd like to introduce our speaker today. Dr. Katashia Kendrick is a board certified clinical pharmacist, certified hormone specialist, women integrative health care practitioner, certified sound healer, and founder of Dr. Katashia Wellness Collective. With nearly 20 years of clinical experience, she helps women navigate every stage of womanhood from menstrual health and preconception to perimenopause and beyond. Through a unique blend of hormone health education, integrative wellness practices, and sound therapy meditation, Dr. Katashia empowers women to better understand their bodies and restore balance, thriving in their minds, body, and spirit. Dr. Katashia, welcome to We Are Creative Minds.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for having me.
We're so excited to have you here with such a sensitive subject. And to get us started, I'd like to ask you an important question.
Okay.
What would you like women to know about perimenopause?
Oh my goodness, there's so many things I would like women to know about perimenopause. But the first thing I would say is it's not a death sentence. This is a transition through womanhood that we're all going to experience. I believe that perimenopause is that transition where you really just kind of own yourself in wisdom. And that's where I come in to help you, to empower you with the information so you can go into your doctor's appointments to advocate for yourself for the right treatment and the right plan that's best for you, because perimenopause is individualized. What's good for me might not be good for you.
Can you say that one more time for the women in the back that didn't hear you? What's good for me
It may not be good for you.
Yes, I love that. Dr. Katashia, what blood work should women discuss with their healthcare provider if they suspect that they're either going into perimenopause or already experiencing perimenopause?
And with perimenopause, it can happen so early. When we think about our mothers, we're probably thinking, 50s, 60s. Really, perimenopause can happen as early as your 30s. So you want to start paying attention to your body, right? And you may hear information online and say, there's no blood work for perimenopause. That may be true, but there's so much blood work that can be very beneficial. So starting with just basic blood work, your foundation, your complete blood count, your comprehensive blood work, looking at your electrolytes, your liver panel, your cholesterol panel, right? You want to look at your blood sugars. A lot of women don't realize those blood sugars are important through perimenopause. So you want to get your A1C, which is looking at your blood sugars over 3 months. You want to get a fasting glucose, your fasting blood sugar, and your insulin. That's important. You want to check your hormones if possible. Hopefully it's possible. You're looking at your estrogen, your progesterone. You're looking at even testosterone. Your sex hormone binding globulin. That's important. I always tell women, look at your inflammation. It's a lab called high sensitivity C-reactive protein. It let us know about the inflammation in your body. And what's really important in perimenopause, because once our estrogen starts to go down, everything starts to go down. So we are at risk for heart disease, just chronic disease states that we don't think about, because several years you're fine and you're doing well, then all of a sudden your blood sugar's high. You're dealing with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, like nothing happened in your lifestyle. So I always want to tell women to look at your inflammation. We talked about cholesterol, and two labs that no one really talks about that I think are really important. It's called your ApoB and your little lipo little a, which are markers that help to determine your heart disease risk, to see what's going on in your heart. And I get that. I recommend it. A lot of times ladies don't know about that. And when we talk about hormones, a lot of times we think about estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, but vitamin D is a hormone. So that's important to get as well. And your thyroid panel. A lot of times your doctor just checked one lab out of that thyroid, and it's the TSH, but it's so many other labs in this panel, your antibodies, that you also should be looking at as well. And I can keep going about this, but those are the main ones I'm thinking of right now that ladies should take a look at.
Oh, we love to hear that. Now, we have quite a few women in the audience, and by clapping your hands, how many of you have gone on to the internet looking for some type of information about your body in general? Clap your hands if this is you. Okay. How many of y'all are asking AI, what's wrong with you? Okay, I'm not going to ask you to clap. I want to embarrass you on that part. But we ask AI because we think AI is our doctor as well. Or as women, we start experiencing that, what we call flat tire syndrome. When Dr. Katashia, she mentioned the clinical way of going south. But I remember my mother telling me another way of everything goes south. Cheekbones go down, right? Breasts go down, tummy goes, everything heads down south. You start needing some support to bring everything back up. Some choose Botox, or some choose a lift bra, some choose a really tight girdle, and they talk to you like this because they can't breathe. Dr. Katashia, our mothers, right, survive menopause. Why is our generation finally talking about it?
We're tired of it. And because the doctors, to be honest, they're not really taught about menopause in school. So a lot of times they really don't even know what to tell you. But now this generation, and my mom told me a story about my grandmother that freaked me out. She said for years, she was acting crazy, acting out. And my aunts were like, what in the world is going on with mom? And they thought she was having a nervous breakdown. Mm-hmm. And they took her to the doctor, to several doctors. Mm-hmm. And that one doctor said, oh, she's going through menopause. Wow. And my mom just told me this story, just told me this within the last month. So I believe we want conversations. We want to be able to talk now. Our generation, we're screaming from the mountaintops. I'm not taking no for an answer. And if you can't tell me what it is, the next doctor will. So I believe our generation is more empowered. We are asking the questions in the doctor's rooms. We are really keeping the doctors accountable as well. And if you don't know the information, I will find somebody that will.
Yes. And I can't speak for a lot of women in this room, but I know for myself, when a doctor mentioned something about testosterone, I said, oh, no, that's what my husband has. That's not me. And he goes, no, you have a balance of both. We have to be educated on our bodies in order to better ourselves and not fall into the depression. If every woman here listening remembers one thing from our conversation, what would you want them to remember?
That's a good question. What would I want them to remember? Even though we're talking about women's health, perimenopause, I want women to know they're not alone and that there are resources out there to educate them about this transition. I don't care if you're dealing with preconception, if you're trying to get pregnant, or if you are dealing with fibroids and endometriosis, or even transitioning to perimenopause. There are support groups, there are resources, there are clinicians out there that are literally taking time to educate women about their bodies, their hormones, so they're able to advocate for themselves. So my words for the ladies would be, advocate for yourselves. And if you don't know the information, find it, because there are not AI or Mr. Google or Dr. Google, but to a clinical expert, subject matter expert that's able to empower you and advocate for yourselves in those doctor's offices.
That's good news. And I just want to top on that as well. We have now more than just traditional doctors. Am I correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And you have to do your research and look into it. Dr. Katashia, what is sound therapy, and can it help women navigate the stress and anxiety that accompany midlife?
Yes. We should ask the men too, because just imagine a man living with a woman going through perimenopause.
Yes.
So sound therapy. So what is it? Sound bath, maybe sound therapy. We think about if you're driving in your car. For me, my favorite gospel song is Total Praise by Richard Smallwood. Every time it comes on, I get goosebumps and I get this feeling in my body and I start crying. Because I think about just being grateful. And if you're driving in your car and you're listening to your song and it just does something for you, that's sound therapy. Because it gives you an opportunity to feel all the feels, those emotions, to be able to just kind of be aware, self-aware of what's going on. But a sound bath is different. A sound bath is a meditation guided by instruments such as an ocean drum or crystal singing bowls, and those vibrations, that frequency helps your body from being booked and busy to rest and digest, really. So a sound bath can help with nervous system regulation. I got into sound bath because of my own journey through infertility. It was my outlet to be able to rest because at 36, I had a hysterectomy, never been pregnant. I was devastated. And my friend took me to a sound bath and it changed my life to the point where I wanted to learn more about it. And as Black women, we're going to get 1,000 degrees. I got certified in it and sharing it with everybody so that you know that you can most definitely rest at night by doing sound therapy. And that's how I brought my husband into it, to be able to show him and everyone else that nervous system, you can't really truly heal unless you're working with your nervous system first. You can't say, oh, I'm on this healing journey, but you're stressed out in the parking lot, right?
Yes. Now this one is touchy for women and our men counterparts, because when we're going through this, the weight gain. Now, we will talk to our male counterparts and they have another reason as to why we're gaining weight. Not menopause. It will be anything under the sun except for menopause. What about the women who are seeing a male doctor in this case? So Dr. Katashia, why are women gaining weight during menopause, even when they're doing all the right things?
Oh, that's a good question too, because I am one of those women. I lost 100 pounds naturally. You can tell me anything. I'm at the gym, I'm doing my thing, eating clean, and perimenopause hit. And I'm like, what in the world? I gained 35 pounds and I did not understand why, right? And because like we mentioned, when that estrogen starts to go down, that weight going to start going up and you're going to start noticing it right here in this midsection. So looking at our blood sugars, I mentioned those spikes in our blood sugar that a lot of times we don't know. We think we're eating healthy. That oatmeal or that fruit that we're eating could be spiking your blood sugar. So it's just having a nutrition plan for that, as well as you could be doing all the right things. And we're not even discounting that at all, because that's great. But there's a shift in what you need to do. You need to pay attention to your cortisol, which is where the sound bath and the nervous system regulation comes in. You need to watch how you're eating, right? So if you're eating the oatmeal and the fruit, I'm not saying oatmeal and fruit before y'all run out of here and say oatmeal and fruit is bad. No, I did not say that. I'm saying there's a way to shift the way you're eating, and there's a way. Eat your protein first. Get their protein in first, right? And then from there, I do enjoy a piece of fruit, but I have that protein sitting on my stomach, and now my blood sugar doesn't spike, because those spikes can cause those issues when it comes to weight gain and cortisol, and then of course estrogen. So that's where you want to try and get in, speak to your provider about hormone replacement therapy. And it's not for everybody, but to be able to have options on this journey of perimenopause and weight gain.
Thank you, Dr. Katashia, for your wisdom and the truth. And for those women who may want to contact you and find out a little bit more, do you have contact information you'd like to leave for them today?
Sure. Again, my name is Dr. Katashia. You can find me at my website at drkatashia.com. And I am Dr. Katashia on all social media platforms too.
Again, thank you, Dr. Katashia, for joining us today. And thank you all for joining us for this live recording. And for those of you that are watching us on the YouTube channel, We Are Creative Minds. If you found something of value, click the subscribe button, hit like, share it with your family and friends. Most importantly, always remember your mind, your power, your reality. See you next time.
Because this is another quick way to slow your nervous system. So close your eyes and listen to the sound of the drum.